Product is important, the price is important, but there is what we call place. Now, place in marketing of companies, sometimes we call it distribution. And we also associate it with convenience. In business, when you have, say, for example, a grocery store, how do I conveniently buy from your grocery store if there is no parking in business? You have no parking, and I wanted to come and park and buy from your grocery store, your convenience store. So the issue of parking becomes an issue. Where do I park? And if I park in some countries, if you park your vehicle very far from this place, you could find when they have stolen parts of your vehicle. So in marketing, we call it place. Place means where you are located, how convenient it is, but also it comes with also distribution. In other words, how do I get to use your service? Okay? How do your service, how can I get your products? How long will it take for me to get your products? How long will it take to get your services? Where are they located? Which means of transport are you using to distribute your product to me? Now, with regard to countries, this is also important. When you talk about your place, you relate it to product. You talk about your location. When you are talking about your location, you tell us how we can access you. You say our country can be accessed. We have a lot of planes landing in our country, in our airports, coming from different parts of the world. You can tell us for you to come from, say, UK to our country, it takes you how many hours? For you to come from Amsterdam to our place, it takes you so many hours. For you to come from New York to our country, or Washington, DC, it takes you so. For you to come from Dubai to our place, it takes so much time. So you tell us about location. Please remember, some people want to buy your products. So you can also tell us other means of transport, that we can also transport your products that you have bought from my country by road or by rail or by water. So you have to tell us place, convenience, and distribution. If I buy products from your country, how do I easily get them in my place or in my home? So place is important. Place is not the only important thing in marketing a product, but also marketing a country. There is what we call promotion. And let me tell you, promotion is way more important, but not as important. I don't want to mean that these other aspects are not important. Where we have already talked about the product, we have already talked about the price, we have already talked about the price and distribution, but now we are also talking about promotion. Let me tell you this. In business, even if you have the best product, if you don't go out and promote it, if you don't go out and tell the potential buyers of this product, the potential customers and consumers about it, and convince them to buy your product, no one will ever know about your product. No one will ever know about your service. So in business, once you have a good product or a good service or a good commodity and a good service, you have to go out and tell the world about it. In other words, sometimes, Not always, but most times, you have to convince the people who are your potential customers, who are your potential consumers to buy your product. Man, how do you think they will buy your product if you don't convince them, tell them, come and buy my product? So promotion is important, and there is what we call, in promotion, what we call under positioning and over positioning. When you are positioning your product, when you are promoting your product, when you are promoting your service, and I'm telling you, you should do the same when you are promoting your country. Don't over position yourself, but also don't under position yourself. Position yourself the way you are. Just present facts, present what we call the features, what you are, what you have, what you stand for, and what benefits those who associate with your country will benefit from, will receive, will consume, will associate with. So when we say that, then I will tell you what I call drip. For you to effectively promote yourself very well, you might have to do what we call drip. What do I mean by drip? Which is DRIP. As a country, you have to differentiate your country. Tell the world that you are different. Differentiate your country from other countries. Exactly tell everybody in the world, tell those who are interested in associating with their country, what is different from you and other countries in the world. What makes you stand out differently? By the way, countries have unique attributes, unique features that give benefits to the tourists, to the investors, to the diaspora, to even different other countries or development partners. You need to look at those aspects that make you unique and you promote them. Differentiate yourself. The next thing you should do is we call remind stroke reassure. Now there are already people who are and companies from abroad and tourists and other countries that are already associating with your brand, with your country. Some of them are visitors, tourists who have already visited your country. Some of them are investors who have companies that have invested in your country. Some of them are your diaspora who have already been sending money in this country. So, and some of them are other countries who are development partners. How do you assure them that they should keep in this country and even invest more and twice come more, and even they tell their friends to come to your country? You need to reassure them. You need to remind them. Remind them that we are the best brand that we have always been. We are the best country to visit. We are the best country to invest in. Remind them, reassure them that you are still the best. The other aspect after reassuring them is, because I said drip, information. Please give us enough information to the different audiences, to the different stakeholders that your country is interested in talking to. Send them the right messages. Give them enough information. Give them the right information, which they can use to make the right decisions. For example, if you want to attract investors into your economy, you need to tell them every information about benefits they get. Some countries give what we call tax holidays. Tell them the taxes. Tell them how long they take to register a company. Tell them if the government can give them facilitation and investor support. If they are tourists, tell them when they come into this country, what are the procedures, how do they go about visiting your parks, How do they go visiting your beaches? How do they go doing what? Give them information. The right information will give you the right people. The last one is, as part of DRIP, DRIP, is persuade. In business, we use DRIP to bring buyers, to bring customers, to keep customers and consumers consuming our product. So DRIP. The last part is persuade. Persuade. So you differentiate, you reassure and remind, you inform, and you also persuade. Sometimes you should go out using different media and platforms, advertise. Advertise your country. Persuade people to come and invest in your country. Persuade people to come as tourists in your country. Persuade countries to become partners in your country. Persuade you, a diaspora, to come back home in their country. So, you persuade them. This is DRIP. Ladies and gentlemen, in this part, my purpose was to show you that you use the same tactics, approaches and tactics to market your country the same way you market brands from companies. Again, in the next episode, we will continue to look at other approaches and tactics, how a country can market itself the same way companies market themselves. Thank you.